Hello, everyone. The truck driver's quick reaction and hard braking likely saved everyone nearby from a serious accident. A terrifying mud flow is rushing through the area like a wave of wet concrete, leaving everyone stunned by its raw power. Riding next to a huge truck is always dangerous, and this rider was unbelievably lucky the trailer only brushed past the motorcycle. This hailstorm hit northwest Kansas with brutal force, shredding the landscape and making it look like winter arrived in the middle of a storm. A massive landslide hit a highway in Himachal Pradesh, India, after days of heavy monsoon rain, sending people running for their lives. The crew on Spain's Telefonica must have felt the full power of the ocean when those monster waves crashed over the boat. The scariest part is how quickly this could have turned tragic, but the little girl was incredibly lucky to escape with her life. The rough seas off Kerala, India, were strong enough to overturn a boat, and this moment shows the true force of Cyclone Aki.
Oh my God! Oh, what the?
The danger came so fast that the driver didn't even have a chance to react in time. What started as a normal dive quickly turned into an unforgettable face-to-face encounter with orcas, one of the ocean's most intelligent and powerful predators. This unusual light show in the American sky was probably a natural effect, created when sunlight passed through thick clouds and formed moving sunbeams. This massive dust storm swept through the area like a wall of sand, turning the sky dark and swallowing everything in its path within seconds. Panic broke out as a sudden landslide hit the highway in India, leaving many pilgrims stranded while traffic came to a halt. This car pulled up like it was there to place an order, then suddenly turned the whole shop into a disaster scene. But thankfully, the woman made it out safely. Devastating floods swept through Baghlan, Afghanistan, turning the streets into violent rivers and pushing muddy water through the neighborhood with terrifying force.
Flip the van over.
This is exactly why tornado warnings should be taken seriously, because the winds in London were strong enough to bring a tree down within moments. Overtaking on a curve gives drivers almost no time to react, But thankfully, this terrifying crash ended with everyone alive and safe. A suspected drunk school transport driver crashed into a tractor in India, turning an ordinary road into a terrifying scene within seconds. Tourists in Alaska witnessed a massive glacier collapse, turning a peaceful sightseeing trip into a breathtaking and powerful display of nature. Customers and salon staff screamed in panic as the powerful 7.7 earthquake in Myanmar violently shook the building, sending furniture and debris flying across the room. What looked like a dramatic ocean view quickly turned into a soaking surprise when huge waves crashed into the streets of western France. Residents in Nepal watched in shock as two massive rhinos charged at each other in the middle of a busy street. Workers and bystanders were terrified when a massive section of the mountain gave way during this dramatic landslide in Nepal.
You know, it's like those quiet moments. You start to feel it, you're looking like...
This wasn't a natural landslide, but a controlled rock blasting operation used to break unstable rocks before they could crash down onto the road. Cargo and debris scattered across the road after a pickup truck's front tire suddenly burst, causing it to overturn on an Indian highway. Bro was struggling for his life while the motorcycle looked like it had accidentally switched into self-driving mode. The calm inside the restaurant made the chaos outside even more terrifying, as powerful winds knocked down a huge tree and sent everyone into panic. This reckless overtake was incredibly dangerous, with a large truck coming the other way and barely any room to avoid a crash. Imagine entering this cave and suddenly realizing bugs are covering the walls, filling the air, and crawling all over the ground.
Oh, yeah!
A massive fire suddenly broke out at night, sending thick black smoke into the air and turning the whole area into a terrifying scene. Flash floods can sweep mud, trees, and debris at terrifying speeds, turning rivers and mountain valleys extremely dangerous during heavy rain.
Okay, cross that.
A rough sea can surprise anyone, and standing too close during waves like this is never worth the risk. Floodwaters swept through an area already damaged by a pipeline fire in Flagstaff, Arizona, turning it into an even more destructive disaster zone. Huge waves turned this bridge in the Bahamas into a deadly danger zone, and one man was incredibly fortunate to escape with his life.
Where is he?
Within seconds, the massive dust vortex transformed this once quiet area into a terrifying scene of flying debris, chaos, and near zero visibility. The entire mountainside appears to be giving way, sending a massive wave of rocks, dirt, and dust down onto the narrow road.
坐下，揸嘢。會識㗎。
Xavier, move. Move.
Sitting this close to the ocean during a violent storm is never a good idea when massive waves can suddenly crash over the seawall without warning. A powerful storm swept through a village in India, bending trees, tearing loose debris, and turning the quiet neighborhood into pure chaos. Construction workers experienced terrifying moments after a powerful earthquake violently shook the high-rise construction site and sent panic through the entire area. The rescue operation went horribly wrong after the crane lost balance and crashed down while recovering the overturned truck. This is the kind of dust storm that can turn a busy street into a danger zone within seconds, with thick dust in the air and visibility dropping fast. Thanks for watching till the end. Hit subscribe so you're always the first to catch new videos. See you in the next one.